Hello, everyone. It's Paul Whittle here again with American Allstar Realty. And I just wanted to talk to you today about HUD homes and how they're a tremendous buying opportunity for home buyers out there. I wanted to specifically talk about some different financing options that are available with the purchase of HUD homes. As you know, as you're out, buyers and agents that are out looking at properties, sometimes you might come across a home that needs a little bit of work, whether it be a HUD home or another property. But we want to talk specifically about HUD homes today. HUD homes have a couple of different condition types, and we want to go through those and just kind of walk you through the process and the different options that are available based on the loan, or based on the property condition and the type that it is indicated on the multiple listing service in HUDHomestore.com. So with HUD homes, like I said, we have a couple of different condition categories. The first being insured. Now, insured are properties that an appraiser has deemed that doesn't need any minimum property requirements. You'll hear the term MPR, minimum property requirements, that are needed for the property to be in basically move-in ready condition, or minimum property requirements to be habitable. So insured properties don't require repairs, and therefore there's a whole bunch of different financing options that are available. We have the standard FHA 203B, which is the FHA loan that most buyers use, and of course we have conventional financing, cash, and those properties are also eligible for FHA 203K. Now, the 203K financing is one of the loan programs we want to spend a little bit of time talking about today, because it's just a great opportunity for buyers that are looking to make some improvements to the home. With FHA 203K, you can actually finance the purchase price of the home plus the cost of improvements. And there's a couple of different FHA 203K loan categories. If that's something that you're interested in, I strongly encourage you to bring it up with your lender and talk about the program, because there are some things that you're going to want to really identify early on in the home buying process. Specifically, what type of improvements you're allowed to make, and how much you can afford to spend with the cost of the house and the purchase price, so you know what your budget is and what price range you should be searching when you're out looking at properties. Now, there's quite a few different types of items that can be included in the FHA 203K loans. For instance, plumbing repairs, bath, electrical repairs, new siding, roofing, heating and cooling systems. Those are all items that can be financed as things that need to be repaired according to a lender, and the buyer can actually include those financing costs into their overall loan amount. Now, again, with insured properties, that the FHA 203K loan is not a requirement, because that property would qualify for regular FHA financing, but it is certainly an option if the buyer wanted to include those. Now, the next category of property that we have is insured with escrow. Now, those properties qualify for an FHA 203B with repair escrow. And what that means is that we've estimated, or HUD has estimated, that the cost of the repairs is going to be less than $5,000. And so what the buyer will do is they'll get a loan. Let's say the purchase price of the home is $200,000, and there are $4,000 worth of MPR, or minimum property requirement, repairs that need to be completed after closing. Well, the buyer will get the loan for the $200,000 plus the $4,000 in repairs, and then the lender will distribute those funds as the repairs are completed after close of escrow. Again, all HUD properties are sold as is, and we don't allow the buyer or the lender to complete any repairs prior to closing, and that's why that loan program is so unique, because it allows the buyer to go ahead and close, get the repairs done after close of escrow, and then the contractors can get paid once the work is done. So again, that's insured with escrow, and that's the FHA 203B with repair escrow financing for minimum property requirement repairs under $5,000. Now, the IE, or insured with escrow repair, also qualify for the 203K financing. So as long as the as repaired value supports what the buyer wants to improve the property, they can get an FHA 203K loan and possibly even go above the $5,000 in repairs if they want to customize the property to their liking. with some additional plumbing repairs, maybe a room addition. There's a whole bunch of different categories that qualify for that FHA 203K loan. One of the questions that I get quite frequently is, does the FHA 203K loan cover pools? And that is one of the exceptions. It's not a loan program for pool financing. So that's one of the exclusions for the FHA 203K loan. But if you do have questions about specific items that need to be covered, we definitely encourage you to talk to a lender or reach out to American Allstar Realty. You can always reach one of our agents at 480-751-5300. We can put you in contact with a lender that would be able to answer those questions for you. Now, we do have, or before we leave the insured with escrow category, those homes are also available for, to purchase with cash or conventional financing as well. But we did want to make you aware of those FHA loans that are available on those products. Now, there's two other types of categories of HUD homes. There's the UI and the UK. Both of the UI and the UK are considered to be uninsurable. The difference between and uninsurable means that they don't necessarily qualify for FHA financing. However, UI, the greater degree of challenges with the property would be categorized as UI, and that type of property would be cash or conventional financing only. For UK, they have determined that the property could be eligible for FHA 203K financing. So the UK would be cash, conventional, or FHA 203K. And that means that the property would definitely need work in excess of $5,000, but it can be brought to a livable standard, meeting the minimum property requirements as identified by an appraiser. Now, I get a lot of questions from lenders and buyers that are asking, who comes up with the list of the minimum property requirements? And where does this list of repairs come from? Who's the final decision maker in that? And the answer is it's always the buyer's lender. The way that the loan program works with FHA financing is the buyer's responsible for obtaining their own appraisal, and the lender will order that and the buyer will pay for it. Based on the results of that appraisal, the lender will then decide how many repairs need to be completed, which repairs need to be completed, and they'll provide that list of items to the buyer, and then they could make a decision on if they need to do the FHA 203B with repair escrow or the FHA 203K, depending on the amount of repairs that need to be completed. So that pretty much covers our different loan programs based on the category type. Again, HUD homes are just still a tremendous opportunity, especially for owner-occupant buyers in our Phoenix metro market. With the market being so hot and the exclusive bidding periods on HUD homes, it's just a great opportunity for buyers to take advantage of. Don't let the property condition kind of scare you away from the HUD homes, because we do have loan programs to help you solve those problems and make the house the way you want it. And you can finance the cost of that, so you can really minimize the out of cost expense. FHA loans only require 3.5% down payment, so it's one of the lowest down payment requirement loans out there, and you can finance the cost of improvements as long as the property qualifies. So thanks for tuning in today. We hope that you consider HUD homes as part of your search, and if you ever do have questions about the home buying process for HUD homes, or if you need to speak with a lender or a real estate specialist, feel free to give us a call. Again, my name is Paul Whittle with American Allstar Realty, and we can be reached at 480-751-5300. Thanks for tuning in, and have a wonderful day and a wonderful spring.